The story begins when an arachnid-alloyed asteroid collided with a pterodactyl Peter Parker during a Tyrannosaurus trampoline. That same dinosaur gained the power of a web-slinging dino-mite of Spider-Rex. A supervillain in that world named Cravertooth the Hunter is seeking the mightiest predator worthy of his skills. He thinks that this Peter is cowering from him and the citizens of pterodactyls are screaming for help. From afar, the hero hears the cry and slings his way through the forest, and sometimes he can fly. Cravertooth is running out of patience, so he seeks Peter's beloved aunt and Uncle Ben to force him out. Right on time, Spider-Rex comes to their rescue. The villain gladly let go of his uncle, and this surprises the hero. But it's not the way as Cravertooth is expected, because the pterodactyl just flaps his wings and remembers that he can fly. A somewhat cousin of Peter helps his aunt while being confused on how it's related to them, and his Uncle Ben tells him it's a long story. The battle now between them finally starts as Peter pushes the villain off the cliff. He boasts that he is bigger than the enemy, so why bother challenging him, and Cravertooth responds, "That is why you will be my most challenging prey." The hero says that they don't have to fight, but Cravertooth has no plans doing that, so Spider-Rex have no choice but give him a medicine he'll never forget. All along, as they fell on the ravine continuously, the hero shoots his web to hold on to a tree and slings the tiger far away using his tail. As a cat himself, he bounces back, now saying he's the most promising adversary he has faced, then scratches the back of the hero. He then counterattacks by plummeting him onto a tree and tries to reason him again to just stop it. But the stubborn cat won't quit and catches the tongue of the dinosaur. Nearby, neighborhood dinosaurs are singing and an old guy gets angry at them. He is pissed off that they are singing the heroic deeds of Spider-Rex, but for him he considers him as a menace. Even the tallest of the dinosaurs is a little annoyed by what the old guy is preaching, as the two is now fighting non-stop above them. Some of them are surprised, then comes tumbling all of them courtesy of their beloved hero. A tar pit mud splashes on Cravertooth's eyes and a dinosaur laughs at him. It happens to be Mary Jane Watson. The hero considers her as the nicest and the prettiest dinosaur of the land and hoping for her to someday notice him. One dinosaur is apparently missing. As they turn around, he happens to be sinking at the tar pit, so Spider-Rex tries to rescue him. After they pulled out Eddie, he is now covered by this black tar all over him that changes him entirely. Eddie also becomes bad, then tosses the hero up in the air. Witnessing it, the dinosaurs around are shocked that Eddie has an unbelievable strength like that. Cravertooth finally realized that some mightiest opponents are worth running away from, especially the ones who looks fearsome. No one is safe as well, when the black ooze dinosaurs uses his tar to grapple some of them and lifts them up with ease. One thing for certain, they know that Spider-Rex will rescue them, and the hero with full confidence attacks the bad guy. He then tells the others to run away from here, as JJ still blaming the Rex that it is all his fault a hungry dinosaur is now chasing after them. He called it Venomsaurus Rex, now charging full speed at him. He didn't even see that Spider-Rex is still nearby, kicking him now in his face. JJ, after being saved, insulted the hero's web of smelling funny, then he notices that Mary Jane, his crush, is somewhat missing. It turns out, the villain is now dragging her along the forest, and she asks where will he take her. JJ explains that the crazy enemy took her while you jazz handing around. Mary Jane screams for her life, and the hero hears the damsel in distress and can't believe she knows his not real name. He then shouts with overjoy, running toward the love of his life. Later, he reaches the top of a volcano trying to stop the villain from hurting the girl, now swooping in and tackling him. But the enemy still stands and not that easily beaten, as he bites the back of the hero and then tosses him away. With Spider-Rex out of the picture, the enemy continues with his evil deed of tossing the frightened girl on top of the lava river. She pleaded with Eddie and believes that her good friend still lingers inside of the monster, but it doesn't work, as he screams to inflict terror to his victim. The brave Mary Jane still has her final resort and bit the black ooze tentacle that is grappling her. She did got free from him, but resulted for her to fall to the lava below. Right on time, Spider-Rex swings to her rescue and catches her with his tiny arm, but they're still falling fast. Little did she knows that the hero made a bungee rope that slings them right back on top and passes the bad guy. Spider-Rex also uses this opportunity to shoot his web underneath the enemy's feet, and spring back once again, with Mary Jane both kicking the villain. They emerge victorious from that fight, as Spider-Rex was very impressed to the girl. He complimented her too, also mentioning her name, and the girl was curious that he knows someone like her. They locked eyes for a minute and then accidentally kissed. Even the shy hero was surprised after that, but they are suddenly had been interrupted by something. The volcano behind them erupted, creating this image of Venomsaurus still alive. On a different multiverse, Earth 423, a hero named Princess Petra instantaneously appeared in the middle of a fair. She talks to her pet spider named Webster that it's good to be back and noticed right away a wanted poster from a wall. A resident shouts accusing her she's the one who attacked the queen as they ran away from her. Yet still, the girl feels overjoyed that she had returned and sings her heart out. A vendor nearby is frightened at her, as well as the male version of Mary Jane in this world, which is a traveling musician named Mary James Watson. She immediately gives him a hug, but the boy informs her that things were not as good nowadays. But the joyful hero is not really bothered by it as they ran away together with Webster. The boy reminds her again that she's wanted, but she just looks at the sky admiring the shapes she is seeing above. James is now trying to warn her though, but the girl says she have to go now to see the queen, not knowing the current situation of the kingdom. Petra shoots her web accompanied by her trusted pink spider. At the castle, she takes off her mask and is looking for her mom, then is shocked to see her mother lying in a glass chamber bed. She is saddened to see what's in front of her and blaming herself that it's all her fault. She then hears a voice by a man named Bishop Octopus, informing her that now her mother is gone and the daughter as well. He can only assume that he wears the crown in their absence. He added, an assassin spinstress attacked the queen, then she fell into a deep unbreakable sleep. But the good news is, only one thing can cure her, but the crystal has been shattered, and only a goblin can fix it. After hearing that, Petra wishes to be left alone with her mom and the bishop grants her request, also welcoming her back home. She tells her mother that she will do everything to make things good again, as she cries thinking of seeking help from Norma, her fairy godmother. All of a sudden, the glass window shatters and enters Craven the huntsman looking for the villain spinstress. This angers the princess, reminding the rude stranger there's a thing called a door, as he snags the chair right out of her hand using his trusted whip. This made the hero even more mad and challenges the intruder to a fight. But the huntsman doesn't really care about that and clarifies her again that his only intention is to hunt the super assassin spinstress, along with her giant muscle sidekick spider monster. The girl asks him, so it's not us. That made the huntsman laugh, for they are both just a tiny pair. James also appears warning her about an intruder crashing to her window, but it seems the princess is just doing well and even introduces him to the huntsman. Next, after the villain heard the boy mentioning the spinstress name, he assumes that he is an acquaintance of her as he snags him to make him a bait. He then hops on his giant vulture, leaving a message to spread the word that he will meet the spinstress at the Goblin Forest upon midnight, if she wants the skinny boy back again. Bishop Octopus comes rushing in with the guards and is worried for the princess, and then they notice that the crystal orb pieces has also been stolen. Now in her hero suit, the girl decides to go to the Goblin Forest and retrieve the orb. After talking to her familiar spider, she learns that Webster is the one who took the crystal pieces for safekeeping, and she thanks him for that. Still, they have to go rescue the boy, and Petra only wishes that she could meet Norma in the forest too. Subscribe to watch more videos like this. See you on the next one.